Hi, I'm Tucker. Most people would say I'm the rational type, software engineer, chess enthusiast, and married to Melissa for 6 years. At least that's who I was until last Thursday. I entered our kitchen where Melissa was applying lipstick, checking her reflection in her phone camera. Going somewhere special? I asked, leaning against the doorframe. She jumped slightly. Oh, just drinks with the girls, the usual Thursday thing. The usual Thursday thing started 3 weeks ago, I said, grabbing a water bottle from the fridge. Before that, Thursdays were our movie nights. Melissa tucked her lipstick into her purse. Things changed, Tucker. Sarah's going through a rough patch with her divorce, and girls' night helps her cope. Funny, I bumped into Sarah yesterday at the grocery store. She seemed surprised when I mentioned your Thursday outings. Melissa's hand froze midair. You must have confused her. She's been distracted lately. Right, because of her divorce, I said, watching her carefully. Which is strange, because when I mentioned her husband, she told me they just celebrated their 10th anniversary. I meant Jessica. Jessica's the one getting divorced. You always mix them up. She checked her phone and stood suddenly. I'm running late. Don't wait up tonight. I smiled thinly. Tell Mark I said hi. Melissa completely froze, color draining from her face. What? Mark, your boss. The one whose name you whisper in your sleep. The one who keeps texting you at midnight. Tell him I said hi. You've been checking my phone? Her voice rose an octave. Didn't have to. You left it unlocked on the counter last week. A message from WorkM popped up saying last night was amazing. Not exactly subtle. She recovered quickly, smoothing her dress. You're misinterpreting everything. Mark and I are working on the Richardson project. We were celebrating landing the account. At midnight? When you told me you were at Sarah's, or was it Jessica's? And why does your boss's contact need a code name? This is ridiculous, she snapped, grabbing her keys. You're being paranoid. Am I? Because David from your office called yesterday asking for you. Mentioned something about Mark taking personal days this week for his divorce proceedings. Interesting timing with your sudden Thursday traditions. You're monitoring my calls now? She glared at me. No, I answered the house phone when you were in the shower. David was quite chatty, especially about office rumors. I don't have to listen to this. She headed for the door. I called after her. By the way, I invited Alex and Jenna over tomorrow night. Thought we could all have dinner together. She paused. Your best friend and your sister? Why? No reason. Just haven't seen them in a while. Thought it would be nice to catch up. Unless you have plans with Mark tomorrow too? Stop saying his name like that, Melissa hissed. There's nothing going on. Then you won't mind dinner tomorrow. 7 p.m. I'm cooking. As the door slammed behind her, I pulled out my phone and texted Alex. She took the bait. Everything's set for tomorrow. The next evening, I was chopping vegetables when the doorbell rang. Alex entered holding a bottle of wine, followed by my sister Jenna. Kitchen smells amazing, Alex said, handing me the bottle. You sure you're up for this? Never been more ready for anything in my life, I replied, accepting the wine. Jenna hugged me tightly. How are you holding up, really? I'm fine, really, better than expected, actually. Have you told them anything? Alex asked, his voice low. Not yet. Wanted everyone here first. Jenna's eyes narrowed. Told us what? Tucker, what's going on? The front door opened and Melissa walked in, stopping short when she saw everyone already gathered in the kitchen. Oh, you're all here already. Perfect timing, I said cheerfully. Dinner's almost ready. During the meal, conversation remained superficial until Alex deliberately steered it toward relationships. So Tucker tells me you've been working late a lot, Melissa. That new project must be demanding. Melissa nodded quickly. The Richardson account, biggest client we've landed all year. That's not what Jordan in accounting told me, Alex said casually, taking a sip of wine. When we played golf last weekend, he said the Richardson deal fell through 3 weeks ago. Melissa's fork clattered against her plate. Jordan should mind his own business. We salvaged the deal. Did you? Jenna asked. Because I ran into Patricia from your HR department at yoga. She mentioned your company lost the account to a competitor. What is this, an interrogation? Melissa glared around the table. I placed my napkin down carefully. Actually, yes. Yes, it is. I don't understand, she said, her voice shaking. 2 weeks ago, I began, when you said you were at a work conference in Chicago, I received an interesting call from the hotel. Seems there was a mix-up with the reservation. The woman on the phone asked if I wanted to confirm the booking for Mr. and Mrs. Landry. Mark's last name. You had me followed? Melissa whispered. Didn't need to. The hotel called our home line by mistake. It's not what you think, she began. Alex interrupted. I saw you, Melissa, last Thursday, at Riverfront Park. You weren't with the girls, you were with Mark. I have pictures. You've been spying on me? All of you? Melissa looked between us, incredulous. Jenna leaned forward. No one planned to spy on you. I genuinely ran into Patricia. Alex really does golf with Jordan, and Tucker answered a phone call from your hotel. The truth has a way of revealing itself. Why the audience? Melissa gestured to Alex and Jenna. Why humiliate me like this? Witnesses, I said simply. Plus, they deserve to know why things are about to change. Change how? Her voice trembled. I've moved all my things to Alex's guest house. I've separated our finances, and I've hired Karen Wilson as my divorce attorney. Karen Wilson? Brad Mitchell's ex-wife's lawyer? The one who took him for everything? Melissa's face paled. The very same. She sends her regards, by the way. Said your case would be particularly interesting given Mark's position as your superior at work. You can't prove anything, Melissa hissed. Hotel receipts, credit card statements, phone records, and Alex's photos say otherwise, I replied calmly. Not to mention the texts I've documented. You're bluffing. Try me. Melissa's eyes narrowed as she studied my face. What exactly do you want, Tucker? Money? The house? Is this some kind of blackmail? I want nothing from you except the truth. For once, just be honest. She laughed bitterly. The truth? You want the truth? Fine. Yes, Mark and I have been seeing each other. Happy now? How long? I asked quietly. Does it matter? It matters to me. She sighed. 8 months. Jenna gasped. 8 months? That's more than a mistake, I finished for her. That's a calculated decision. Every day for 8 months. It just happened, Tucker. We didn't plan it. Nothing just happens for 8 months, Alex interjected. That's over 200 days of conscious choices. Why not just ask for a divorce? I asked. Why the elaborate lies? Melissa looked down at her plate. I didn't want to hurt you. Jenna scoffed. So stringing him along while sleeping with another man was the kinder option? You wouldn't understand, Melissa snapped. None of you would. Try me, I said. Mark understood me in ways you never did. He listened. He made me feel alive. And I made you feel what? Dead? Bored? Was I such a terrible husband? No, you were safe, predictable. Predictable, I repeated. Like predictably coming home every night, predictably loving you, predictably keeping my vows? That's not fair. None of this is fair, Melissa, but it is what it is. The following week, Melissa and I met with our respective lawyers in a conference room downtown. Mark unexpectedly showed up as well, hovering anxiously near Melissa. This is unnecessary, Mark said, pacing behind Melissa's chair. We can resolve this privately. My lawyer, Karen, placed a folder on the table. My client prefers official proceedings given the circumstances. What circumstances exactly? Melissa's lawyer asked. Infidelity, misuse of company resources, and potentially breach of employment ethics, Karen replied, opening the folder. We have evidence of Mr. Landry and Mrs. Coleman engaging in a relationship while attending conferences funded by their company, using company time and resources to conduct their affair. That's ridiculous, Mark snapped. What happens between consenting adults? Is the company's business when it happens on company time? Karen interrupted. I've taken the liberty of sending copies of these documents to your HR department and board of directors. You did what? Mark stopped pacing. You had no right. I had every right. The information was obtained legally, and reporting ethics violations is protected by whistleblower statutes. You're trying to destroy our careers over a personal matter, Melissa's lawyer argued. The court won't look favorably on vindictive behavior. Karen smiled coolly. Reporting factual ethics violations isn't vindictive. It's responsible corporate citizenship. The affair itself is merely grounds for the divorce. The professional implications are separate matters entirely. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Melissa accused, staring at me, watching everything burn down around us. I take no pleasure in any of this, I replied, but actions have consequences. Your actions have consequences too, Mark warned. You think anyone wants to hire the vindictive ex who torched his wife's career? Is that a threat, Mr. Landry? Karen asked sharply. It's a reality check, he replied. I'll note your attempt at intimidation in our records, Karen said, writing something down. Now, shall we discuss the division of assets? Melissa leaned forward. Tucker, please. You don't need to destroy our careers over this. I'm not destroying anything, I replied calmly. Your choices did that. I made a mistake. People make mistakes. A mistake is forgetting to pay a bill. A mistake is burning dinner. What you did was make thousands of deliberate decisions to lie to me, day after day. I never meant to hurt you, she pleaded. Yet, here we are. Mark slammed his hand on the table. This is vindictive and unnecessary. Is it? Tell me, Mark, does your wife know you've been sleeping with my wife? His face reddened. Leave Diane out of this. I didn't bring her into this. You did. The moment you decided my marriage was less important than your desires. You self-righteous. Mark moved toward me, fists clenched. Karen quickly stood between us. Mr. Landry, I wouldn't recommend that course of action. Or what? He snarled. Or you'll add assault to the list of problems you're facing today. Tucker, Melissa tried again, tears streaming. I'm sorry, I truly am. We can fix this. Go to counseling, start fresh. There's nothing to fix. It's already broken beyond repair. You can't just throw away 6 years. I didn't. You did. With every lie, every secret meeting, every time you came home smelling like his cologne and claimed it was from hugging Sarah, or was it Jessica, at your imaginary girls' night. Mark grabbed my shoulder. You think you're so perfect? She came to me because you neglected her. I shrugged his hand off. Remove your hand, or the next meeting will be in court for a restraining order. You son of a... He shoved me hard against the wall. Mark, stop! Melissa screamed. Both lawyers jumped to their feet as the secretary rushed in, followed by security. I want that on record, Karen said to the room. Physical assault in the presence of multiple witnesses. Mark's face drained of color as he realized what he'd done. You've just made my client's case considerably stronger, Karen informed him. Congratulations. He provoked me, Mark protested as security approached. The conference room recordings will show otherwise, Karen replied calmly. Would you like to press charges, Tucker? I straightened my jacket. Not today. Let's see how the company board responds first. This isn't over, Mark threatened as security escorted him out. Actually, I called after him, it is. 3 months later, I sat across from Jenna at her kitchen table, reviewing the final divorce papers. So it's officially over? She asked, pouring coffee. Almost. Just waiting for the judge's signature. Alex entered, placing a newspaper on the table. Seen this? The headline read, Tech firm executives ousted in ethics scandal. Couldn't happen to nicer people, I remarked, scanning the article. Did you hear Melissa's looking for a new job? Jenna asked. The ethics investigation made her unemployable in the industry. Not my problem. And Mark's wife took him for everything, Alex added. Karen connected her with the same divorce team she used for you. Poetic justice, I said. How's the house hunting going? Found a place yet? Jenna asked. You can't live in Alex's guest house forever. Actually, I close on a condo next week, downtown near the river. Fresh start, Alex nodded approvingly. My phone buzzed with a text from Melissa. Can we talk, please, just once more for closure? Melissa? Jenna guessed, watching my expression. She wants to talk, for closure. Are you going to? Alex asked carefully. No need. I've said everything I needed to say through the lawyers. The doorbell rang. Jenna checked the window and frowned. Speak of the devil. She's here? Now? I groaned. Want me to send her away? Alex offered. No, let's finish this once and for all. Melissa entered, looking nothing like the confident woman I'd married. Her designer clothes had been replaced with simple jeans and a sweater, her carefully styled hair pulled back messily. Tucker, thank you for seeing me, she began hesitantly. I didn't exactly have a choice, I replied, not offering her a seat. I know I'm the last person you want to see, but I needed to tell you face to face how sorry I am. Noted. Is that all? Please, Tucker. We were together for 6 years. Doesn't that count for something? It counted for everything. That's why your betrayal mattered. I've lost everything, she whispered. My job, my reputation, our home. Actions have consequences. Mark and I are over. It was a mistake from the beginning. Did you come here expecting sympathy? I asked, genuinely curious. I came hoping for forgiveness, not reconciliation. I know that's impossible, just forgiveness. I considered her for a long moment. You know what? I do forgive you. Hope flickered in her eyes. I forgive you for teaching me an invaluable lesson about trust. I forgive you for showing me who my real friends are. And I forgive you for forcing me to become stronger than I ever thought possible. But I don't forgive you for the lies. I don't forgive you for the betrayal. And I certainly don't forgive you for standing there expecting absolution when you're only here because everything fell apart. That's not fair. Life rarely is. Just ask Mark's wife. I still love you, Tucker, she said quietly. Part of me always will. If that were true, we wouldn't be here. People can love someone and still make terrible mistakes. Love without loyalty isn't love, it's convenience. So that's it? 6 years erased? Not erased, just reframed. We had good times, Melissa, I won't deny that, but they don't outweigh what happened. What if I'd come clean earlier? What if I'd confessed before you found out? We'll never know, will we? That's not the choice you made. I was afraid, she admitted, afraid of losing everything. And now you have anyway. As she turned to leave, she paused. You've changed, Tucker. Yes, thank you for that gift at least. After she left, Alex clapped my shoulder. You okay? Better than okay, I replied. For the first time in months, I feel completely free. Jenna raised her coffee mug. To new beginnings. And to calculated responses, I added, clinking my mug against hers. Sometimes the best revenge isn't about getting even. It's about moving forward while they're stuck in the mess they created. Do you think she learned her lesson? Alex asked. That's not my concern anymore, I replied, turning to the window to watch the sunrise. My only concern now is writing the next chapter of my life, one where I make all the rules. So what would you have done in my situation? Would you have confronted them differently? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories of justice served cold.